right, everybody, today is day 4 of our Body by Quarantine program. So one of the things I wanted to talk about before we get started with the exercises is exertion and intensity. All right, these are important when you're exercising. You want to be working at an intensity level that is causing physiologic change, all right, but not enough to hurt yourself. All right. So in physical therapy, they use a term or a scale. It's called the rating of perceived exertion. All right. They found that this is the best way to measure exertion levels because if you base it on things like heart rate or O2, you're not getting as good of a view because sometimes they're taking medications that lower their heart rate or elevate their heart rate. So the best measure is just how hard does the person feel like they're working. The scale that they use in the medical community starts at 6 and goes to 20, which seems really weird. It doesn't make any sense to me. Maybe it's just because 60 beats per minute and 200 beats per minute is kind of the heart rate scale. But beyond that, I like to make it very simple, which is 0 is sitting on the couch doing nothing. 10 is you're about to pass out from exertion. The level most of the time when you're getting cardiorespiratory effect is somewhere around a 6. All right, so a 6 is basically like if someone was talking to you, you could hold a conversation with them, but you still feel like you're working out. 7 and 8 is where you're getting difficulty breathing and you're answering in short 1 to 2 word answers. So generally we want to stay somewhere in between a 6 and an 8 when you're exercising. You start getting up too high in the 9s and 10s, and then you get deformed fatigue, and then you have injuries, and we don't want to do that. So stay somewhere in between the 6 and 8 region when we're talking about intensity. So, and on that note, let's go ahead and get into the workout. So today, what we're going to do is a circuit, a timed circuit. So it's sometimes called a fight gone bad. All right. So the way it's going to work is you're going to do an exercise for a minute, and then move to the next exercise for a minute, then move to the next exercise for a minute, and then you're going to rest. So it'll be 3 exercises, and then a minute of rest, and then you're going to start back from the beginning, 1, 2, 3, rest a minute, back to the beginning, 1, 2, 3. We're going to do 4 rounds. All right, so 4 rounds, 3 exercises, 1 minute each, with 1 minute of rest at the end. All right, and then the score is the total number of reps you were able to get through at the end of the workout. So again, all these things are self-paced, so make sure that you're getting a good, you should be somewhere in the higher intensity levels for this because this is kind of like a little 3-minute sprint. All right, so the exercises that we're going to do is going to be shoulder to overhead, step up, single leg step up, and bent rows. All right, so again, with all these exercises, scale them as you need to. So for the shoulder to overhead, you can use a dumbbell if you have a dumbbell. You can use a kettlebell, that's what I've got here. You can use a bag. You can take a bag that you have and put a whole bunch of books in it and use that. All right. So what you want to do while doing this, you're going to go ahead and get the object, whatever you're using, as close to you as possible. As basic lifting techniques is keep the object you're lifting as close to you as you can get it. So either in between your feet or right up against the toes. All right, you're going to grab the object, all right, maintaining straight back. So if you look at me from the side, you can see knees are directly over the ankles. All right, back is straight. Weight's tension is on my hamstrings. All right, and then we're going to stand up, opening the hips and the legs at the same time. All right, when you get to here, you're going to lift up and then overhead. Down, down, down. All right, so you're just taking a box from the ground, putting it on the shelf. That's all you're doing. All right, you can use a bag. You can do the same thing with a kettlebell. Here, overhead. Or you can use a dumbbell. So if you're using the dumbbell, you want to flip the dumbbell on its side, so you're kind of holding the bell end of it. Tap the bell on the ground, come up, flip the hands up, put it overhead. You do that for a minute, all right? And then the next exercise is going to be rows. So you're gonna keep your same bag, kettlebell, whatever you've got. You're gonna get in that same position. You're gonna pick it up, go straight into the chest. All right, 1 minute. So if you have difficulty with that, you can also do it as a one-hand row. So one here, back's nice and straight, legs bent. And then just do 5 a side and then switch back and forth. Or if you have difficulty bending over like that, if you have bands, you can put the bands in the door and do a row at the door. All right, so basically we're just working on those lats with that exercise. And then the third exercise is going to be a step up. So with here, I've just got our little step stool that we use, but you can use any size step. You can use a step in your house, or a stool like this, or whatever you've got. If you've got a box, you can use a box. All right, you can step up. What you want to do is make sure that the heel of the foot is on the step, because you're going to drive through that heel as you stand up. Then back down, switch, drive through the heel, back down, switch. I know this is a kind of a chintzy stool, but that's what I got. All right, you do that for a minute, and then you'll rest. So it'll be 4 rounds of that. So you rest for a minute, start from the beginning, and you do that 4 times, and then the score at the end is the total number of reps you completed all the way through. And if you want, you can go ahead and post the reps in the comments. If you have any questions, you can post those in the comments as well. If you need any ideas for scaling the exercises, just go ahead and let me know. And have a good workout. Talk to you later.